What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video, as you can see by the thumbnail, we got our first EZAs for the 10th anniversary, and this one was on my prediction board. It's the Super EZA for AGL VEGITO and Intelligence BUUHAN. These were kind of expected here because of how many slots Buu Saga had. So these were correct. So if you guys had these guessed on your roadmap, then you are correct. They are going to be super easy and they do seem pretty good. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and check out the details of that. And before we dive in, go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. We just hit 230 subscribers and are 3 subscribers away from 235. So let's go ahead and hit that before the banners drop. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Let's go ahead and dive in. So here's BUUHAN. Here's VEGITO. Let's start with VEGITO, because I do think BUUHAN is the overall better unit for sure. So, basic effects: Ki +2, attack and defense 200%, damage reduction plus 40%. When receiving a normal attack, gains an additional 40% damage reduction temporarily, and counters with tremendous power. When Ki is 12 or more, gains an additional attack and defense plus 150%. And for every attack received, attack and defense plus 25% up to 100, and chance of performing a crit plus 15% up to 60%. When HP is 50% or less, he guards all attacks and foresees super enemies' attack for 2 turns. I don't really like how his guard is HP conditional. I think that's kind of like a lackluster part of his kit, and I think he should have just had the unconditional guard, would have made him a much better unit. When there is a superclass enemy, gains an additional attack and defense plus 50%, and all allies Ki +2 and defense plus 20%. And when there's an extreme class, gains an additional 100% attack and defense, and all allies Ki +3 and defense plus 30%. So good support. Overall, during the normals, he's not really going to be taking damage, and he's going to be doing much damage on those counters. He has crit everywhere, so you're not going to need any crit. I would say this is an additional dodge build, probably more towards dodge, because you can still counter the attacks even if you dodge them. So yeah, don't worry about crit. I mean, you're gonna have the crit, so I'd say a mostly dodge and additional build. Overall seems pretty solid. Let's go ahead and dive on to BUUHAN. Basic effects are just a 100% attack and defense, launches an additional super, changes key spheres to tech, changes key spheres tech to rainbow. Oh, so it changes tech key spheres to rainbow and recovers 15% at the end of the turn, which is pretty big actually. When Ki is 12 or more, gains an additional 200% attack and defense. Starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle, randomly changes key spheres of certain type, tech excluded, to INT. So he's going to have so many INTs and rainbow orbs on the field, which is going to be pretty big for him, because look at this next tab right here. So it's for every key sphere obtained is additional 40% attack and 30% defense. And considering he's going to change 2 different types of orbs from the 5th turn, you're going to be getting a lot of additional attack and defense. And then recovers 12,000 HP per orb thing, which is actually pretty good too. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, chance of performing a critical hit plus 33%, and damage reduction plus 22% up to 66%. Very good. 66% damage reduction, 66% crit. Very, very powerful, because he's going to be rainbow orb chaining, so you're not going to have to worry about missing that too much. When there's a superclass enemy, gains an additional attack and defense plus 100%. All allies Ki +3 and attack plus 30%. And when there's an extreme class enemy, attack and defense plus 50%. All allies Ki +2 and attack plus 20%. So it's the same thing as VEGITO's, but obviously the opposite, and gives attack support instead of defensive support. So very good units. BUUHAN's a monster. He's very, very good. And I definitely think he's definitely better than the Super VEGITO. Let me know your thoughts on these 2 Super EZAs. Are you happy with them? Are you not? Who you think's the better one? Let me know your thoughts all down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.